What if the boundaries of alliances were tested by a sudden act of aggression? Imagine a world where long-standing rivals are thrown into the spotlight, their every move scrutinized and their intentions questioned. This is the world of Iran and Israel, two nations whose troubled history has been marked by a dance of power and politics. The animosity between these nations is not new, tracing its roots back to ideological differences, territorial disputes, and a quest for regional supremacy. This tension has been a constant simmering under the surface, occasionally boiling over into open conflict. The year 2024, however, brought this tension into sharp focus. The proverbial chessboard was set, the players were ready, and the game was about to take a dramatic turn. The year 2024 witnessed a turning point in this long-standing conflict. April 15, 2024, marked the day when Iran made an audacious move, a day that won't be forgotten soon in the annals of Middle Eastern history, a day when the simmering tensions between Iran and Israel boiled over, escalating into a direct and unprecedented onslaught. In a move that startled the world, Iran launched a barrage of missiles and drones from its own territory, directly targeting the state of Israel. The skies over Israel transformed into a battleground, illuminated by the trails of incoming projectiles and the countermeasures of the Israeli defense system. This attack was a glaring departure from Iran's usual tactics. Until this moment, Iran had relied on its proxies, its allies across the region, to exert pressure on its rivals. But this time, Iran took a bold step, launching an attack directly from its own soil. The audacity of this move sent shockwaves around the globe, marking a significant escalation in the region's long-standing conflict. The Iron Dome, Israel's famed missile defense system, was put to the test like never before. It was a day of relentless assault, of hundreds of missiles and drones hurtling towards the heart of Israel. Yet the Iron Dome proved its worth, intercepting and neutralizing 99% of the incoming threats. But as the skies over Israel roared with the sounds of conflict, the world held its breath, watching as this small nation grappled with the audacious onslaught. The stakes were high, the pressure intense, and the world watched on, gripped by the unfolding drama. Yet, in the face of adversity, an unexpected turn of events unfolded. In the theater of war, alliances can be as unpredictable as the outcome of the conflict itself. This statement rings true in the recent Iran-Israel conflict, where the usual lines of allegiance blurred in the heat of battle. In a surprising turn of events, Arab neighbors who historically have had strained relations with Israel emerged as unlikely allies. Countries like Jordan, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates, known more for their diplomatic distance from Israel, stepped into the fray. Jordan, a country that shares borders with Israel, took an active role in mitigating the conflict. They intercepted projectiles, potentially saving countless lives and infrastructure. This move, although unanticipated, demonstrated a shared interest in regional stability. Meanwhile, Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates, despite their public advocacy for peace, played a significant role behind the scenes. These nations shared valuable intelligence with Israel, opening up their airspace to Israeli and U.S. fighter jets. This clandestine support was instrumental in Israel's defense strategy, helping them to effectively neutralize threats. Yet, these actions did not come without their fair share of complications. Saudi Arabia's assistance to Israel could potentially hinder its efforts to improve relations with Iran. Similarly, the United Arab Emirates had to tread a fine line, balancing its strategic interests with its public stance. The response from these Arab nations underscored the shifting dynamics in the Middle East. The opposition to Iranian aggression is reshaping alliances, with countries prioritizing security over historical disputes. This shift in strategy, however, is not without its challenges, as these nations also need to address public anger over ongoing issues such as the conflict in Gaza. These actions, although beneficial to Israel, were not without their complications. When the smoke cleared, the political landscape was left forever changed. In the wake of this unprecedented conflict, the actions of Arab nations have drawn new lines in the sand. Supporting Israel in their hour of need, nations like Jordan, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE have shown that the specter of Iranian aggression overshadows traditional rivalries. This unexpected alliance has left an indelible mark on the region's dynamics and could potentially reshape the future of the Middle East. Yet, this cooperation is not without its complications. Saudi Arabia's efforts to improve relations with Iran, for instance, could be muddled by their tacit support for Israel. The delicate dance of diplomacy becomes even more intricate when the lights of war are shining. Moreover, the Abraham Accords, an ambitious initiative aimed at normalizing relations between Israel and Arab states, finds itself at a crossroads. The recent conflict in Gaza has stalled progress, with nations such as Jordan and Saudi Arabia condemning Israel's actions. However, their willingness to back Israel against Iran suggests a complex weave of priorities and pressures. The Arab states are faced with a tricky balancing act. They need to reconcile their security concerns with the public's anger over Gaza. Saudi Arabia's insistence on a realistic path to Palestinian statehood for normalization with Israel, a condition unlikely to be met by Israel's current government, further complicates matters. As the dust settles, the region grapples with the aftermath of an event that has redefined alliances and enmities. So, what does this all mean for the future of the Middle East? The Iran-Israel conflict of 2024 has undoubtedly stirred the regional dynamics. We've seen an unprecedented Iranian assault on Israel, and in return, surprising support from Arab neighbors. This incident has highlighted the intricate dance between diplomatic relations and security priorities. The future of the Middle East hinges on these delicate balances. Only time will tell how these events will shape the future. Until then, this is your host signing off for Zelengum Media.